Good evening and welcome to this year's Senior Awards. This is the only year that I hope that we will have to do this virtually, but this is the annual event where we give out the Boydies, the awards for outstanding seniors graduating from the College of Law. It is an honor to salute you tonight for these special awards as you are about to take off on life's next great adventure. No recent law school class has faced anything like what you all have had to face these past 16 months. We are so proud of your resilience and your grit as you've managed to push through all this difficulty. Your grit and resilience has inspired the rest of our community. I'm looking forward to watching each of you take flight, and I am so pleased that you will be getting these awards tonight.
Good evening. Tonight's Senior Awards, dubbed by insiders as the Boydies, pass through the Student Awards Committee. This committee, along with our entire faculty, nominated members of your class for all university awards, selected scholarly papers for honors, recommended to the faculty recipients for College of Law Senior Awards, and approved awards selected outside of the committee. As the chair of this committee, it really is an honor to have had this opportunity to get to know the class of 2021. You've all achieved so much despite a pandemic riddled with unknowns and uncertainties. Before we begin tonight's awards, I want to congratulate each of you. You've accomplished so much. Thank you for showing us the meaning of grit, resilience, and perseverance. Congratulations. And now, on to the main event, the Boydies. To introduce the Advocacy Awards, please welcome my colleague, Allison Guernsey. Professor Guernsey leads the Federal Defender Clinic and is a member of Iowa Law's class of 2008. And here's Allison.
Thanks, John. This class is outstanding. And as a member of the awards committee, I know how difficult these decisions were. That said, I'm very pleased to be here tonight to present this night's first awards, the Advocacy and Clinic Awards. These awards hold a special place in my heart for obvious reasons, and as I looked over the list of the class of 2021, I realized with great happiness that I've seen at least half of you engage in advocacy at the law school. Oral advocacy, written advocacy, visual advocacy, in a courtroom, trial advocacy, appellate advocacy, advocacy over Zoom, sadly, a lot of advocacy over Zoom, and advocacy in committee meetings. What I've seen gives me great hope for the skills that you will take out of this building and into the real world. So turning to the awards. The Iowa College of Law Appellate Advocacy Award is presented for outstanding achievement in appellate advocacy. And the Iowa Academy of Trial Lawyers Award is presented to the most outstanding student advocate in the Roy L. Stevenson Trial Advocacy Competition. This year's winner of both of these awards is Kayla Boyd. Kayla's appellate and trial advocacy skills are extraordinary. She has worked hard at her craft, arguing in front of both the Iowa Supreme Court and the U.S. Court of Appeals for the 8th Circuit, and she recently secured a not guilty verdict in her first trial. The International Academy of Trial Lawyers Award recognizes distinction in trial advocacy skills. This year's recipient is Madison Weesey. Maddie's talent in the courtroom is evident the moment she stands. She comes prepared and poised with pointed questions. Last summer, amid the pandemic, she did an extraordinarily delightful cross-examination of a police officer in the Southern District of Iowa. Her performance rivaled that of many practicing lawyers. Turning to the Clinic Awards, the Michelle R. Bennett Client Representation Award recognizes outstanding service in the college's clinic. This year's recipients are Alec McMullen and Heriberto Ponce. Alec is a determined advocate for workers who have suffered unlawful discrimination, and Eddie has excelled in his advocacy in the immigrant community. From the care and diligence with which they handled their cases, to the support and collaboration they shared with their colleagues, they embody the reflective nature and ideals of clinical education. The Clinical Legal Education Association Outstanding Clinic Student Award recognizes excellence in both the clinic and client representation. This year's recipients are Cassie Arntzen and Madison Weesey. Cassie and Maddie take this award as a team because they truly are. Co-writing a brief before the 8th Circuit Court of Appeals and advocating passionately and fiercely for their clients who suffered grave illness and potential death while being in custody during the pandemic are just two examples of how these two students engaged in skillful and client-centered representations. The Clinical Legal Education Association Outstanding Externship Student Award recognizes excellence in field placement and seminar. This year's recipient is Jessica Bowes. Jessica completed 2 externships, one with Judge Williams in the Northern District of Iowa and one with the Federal Defenders in the Southern District of Iowa. She has been exceedingly thoughtful and reflective in exploring the role of an attorney. She's a wonderful representative of Iowa law out in the field. Congratulations to these students and colleagues.
Tonight, I have the honor of presenting the university-wide awards. First of all, I have 2 Henscher-Finkbein awards. First, the Henscher-Finkbein Medallion recognizes outstanding learning, leadership, and loyalty. Recipients are selected from nominations made by the respective colleges, and it is a faculty honors and awards committee who makes these nominations. The university awarded a Henscher-Finkbein Medallion to Adam Lorenzana. Adam, thank you so much for your great leadership of our school, both as a second year as the ISBA co-president and throughout your time here. You've always been someone to make a difference. Congratulations, Adam, on this university-wide award. Second, the Henscher-Finkbein Awards program recognizes outstanding student leadership, and these are also from nominations made by the respective colleges. The university awarded the 2021 Distinguished Student Leader Graduate Professional Award to Mackenzie Graham. Mackenzie, you've also been a wonderful leader here, both in the college and university-wide, and we are so grateful for all the contributions you've made to the university as a Hawkeye. Congratulations, and thank you so much for all your hard work.
On behalf of the LAWRs, we are pleased to announce this year's awards for scholarship. As the team that first educated you on legal analysis, research, and writing, I'm sure our role was minimal. After all, we have outstanding journals and an incredible law library, and you've all had great work experiences, so I'm sure your 1L LAWR classes weren't foundational to these achievements. Just kidding, I hope. As the Writing Law School at the Writing University, these awards position each of the recipients as the best of the best.
I am so very pleased to present our first award, which is the Alumni Whitus Faculty Scholar Award for the most outstanding and distinctive scholarly paper. This year, awarded to Ryan L. Schrader, who is graduating in December 2021. Congratulations, Ryan.
The Robert S. Hunt Legal History Award is presented in recognition of an outstanding scholarly paper in the field of legal history. This year's winner is Jessica Bowes for a paper titled Donnelly's Second Act, How One Company's Battles with the ILGWU and the NLRB Changed Congress and the National Labor Relations Act. Congratulations, Jessica.
The Arthur Bonfield Award recognizes students who have demonstrated an aptitude for creative legal scholarship and an interest in the research mission of the College of Law. I'm excited that I even had an opportunity to read one of his articles. This year's recipient is Drew Dreesen. Congratulations, Drew.
And now you'll hear from our soon-to-be Emeriti faculty.
Good evening, law graduates. What an honor for me to wish the class of 2021, the pioneers of the 3 COVID-19 classes here at Zoom University, congratulations for surviving your hopefully one-of-a-kind 2-year-plus law school experience. Yours is a special class for me, as I too am leaving our beloved law school. Each of you leaves to begin what I know will be remarkable careers. I, on the other hand, leave to retire after 48 years of teaching to enjoy all of my remaining years with family and friends and travel, and hopefully stay out of the dementia ward. I know that years from now, when you look back on your law school years, that even if you can't remember most of your colleagues and faculty, you'll remember this most remarkable 3rd year spent on Zoom. You Zoomed most of your classes, acquired a Zoom wardrobe of pajamas, sweatpants, and t-shirts, and when not feeling immortal and entitled to get together with each other physically, you Zoomed your friends and colleagues with virtual meals and happy hours. My hope, however, is that you are able to put Zoom as a tool of required living behind you as you venture out into the world as more mature adults and professionals. And if you are to remember one principle as you start your professional careers, let it be that your word is your bond. At this time, I am honored to present the awards for outstanding scholastic achievement. Tonight, we recognize 4 about-to-be graduates for their outstanding performance in both academic and co-curricular programs of the college. This year's recipients are Catherine Sherman, Jackson Esker, Jacob Vetter, and Dylan Nguyen. Congratulations, Catherine, Jackson, Jacob, and Dylan. We are so proud of you and all that you've accomplished. And on a personal note to Jackson, the bailment has expired.
Thanks, Shelley. It's an honor to be a part of tonight's program. It's my pleasure to present the Judge William C. Stewart Award. This award is given to the student who has demonstrated high academic achievement, shown integrity, and a commitment to constitutional principles. This year's recipient, and someone who took 2 tax courses, is Emily Tassoni. Congratulations, Emily.
Well, good evening, class of 2021. As someone who's loitered in the Iowa Law School for 40 years or so, I can attest to the fact that surviving 3 years is always a challenge, an endurance contest. And a microscopic organism decided to make your experience much more challenging. And yet here you are. You've endured and you've survived. Congratulations to each of you. Reach around and pat yourselves on the back. Let's face it, you will always be remembered as the pandemic class, Generation Z, for Zoom. I, however, will remember you as the class that graduated during the year that the Los Angeles Dodgers finally reclaimed the crown as World Series champions. Come on, you knew I was going to do that. Many of you, perhaps all, know that I'm graduating with you. I too am part of the class of 2021 because my formal retirement from Iowa Law is on July 1st. This class was the last one for which I had the joy of teaching a 1L class, criminal law, in the spring 2019 semester. That class made impressions on me because of a loss and a laugh. I lost my beloved canine son, Wilson, to old age, and the compassion of the students was remarkable, both palpable and unforgettable. The laugh was an intricate practical joke you played on me. You even enlisted the assistance of my law student daughter all the way from Atlanta, who, like you, will be graduating on May 14th from law school. I still recall the egg and the smile on my face when Adam revealed the plot. That class also made it clear that it was time for me to retire. There were 4 students in that class whose parents I taught earlier in my career. Phil Johnson's dad, Crystal Daggett's dad, Dana Waterman's mom, and last but certainly not least, both of Justin Lortz's parents, his mom and his dad. So I kind of feel I have responsibility for Justin being around. I have the honor this evening of presenting the John F. Murray Award, which recognizes the highest academic standing in the graduating class. I'm very pleased to announce that this year's recipient is Madison Merhammer Cologne. Congratulations, Madison. Frankly, I don't know how the law school is going to survive without the class of 2021. And even more so, how will this institution go on without Tomko? I do know one thing, however. In the immortal words of Adam, it's time for all of us to skedaddle.
Tonight's program and tomorrow's ceremony mark the end of the class of 2021's 3 years at the Iowa Law School. Looking back, it appropriately may be noted not only how the law school has affected you, but also the effects you have had both on each other and on those remaining here as you leave. While here, you have been exposed to multiple areas of the law by different instructors using a range of teaching methods. And akin to the thought about it taking a village, the cumulative effects of those educational experiences have provided you with essential skills you soon will be using as you proceed onward as lawyers. An equally important part of your law school experience involves the effects you've had on each other. You arrived here from different places and are going on to do different things. But for the past 3 years, your paths have been parallel, and your common experiences will serve as a rich and powerful basis for later interactions as you encounter each other at various professional gatherings or at alumni events back here in Iowa City. Last but not least is the effect you have had on the ongoing efforts of the Iowa Law School staff and faculty. A concrete example are the additional water bottle filling stations on levels 2 and 4 of the Boyd Law Building. But others less tangible but equally lasting are the ones you've had on your law school instructors. In our interactions with you, we frequently have come to see things we hadn't seen before, and those insights will be carried forward into future classroom conversations with following classes of Iowa students. These collective impacts are punctuated by the individual accomplishments being spotlighted in this program. I'm honored to announce the American Bankruptcy Institute Medal for Excellence in Bankruptcy Studies has been awarded to Kanglin Yu. Kanglin is a woman of impressive intelligence and industry, and after graduation, she'll be moving up to Dubuque to clerk for Iowa District Judge Michael J. Schuba out of the class of 1990. Kanglin came to Iowa City from a great distance, but I'm hopeful her time here may lead her to remain in Iowa after the end of her judicial clerkship. Before moving on to other individual awards, Law Foundation Chair Rob Ewell of the class of 1976 has some thoughts to share with you as you leave here 45 years after the completion of his 3 years at the Iowa Law School.
Thank you, professors, and congratulations on your upcoming retirements. To the graduates, good evening. My name is Rob Ewell, and I'm extending best wishes to each of you on behalf of the Iowa Law School Foundation. Several of tonight's awards have been made possible by the generous financial support from alumni and friends of the College of Law. The Iowa Law School Foundation is pleased and proud to provide this support. And speaking of the Law School Foundation, I want to congratulate and express my appreciation to 2 members of the class of 2021 who served on our board of directors during their period as law students. So here's a shout out and a sincere thank you to Mackenzie Graham and Adam Lorenzana for their service on our board. You'll be hearing more from the Law School Foundation as you join the College of Law alumni community, and I look forward to working with all of you. So congratulations again to the class of 2021 and welcome to our alumni community.
Brom, come on, it's time.
Well, we've got like 6 hours before we have to do this.
No, this is just like that time with your class. There's a time difference from England to Iowa.
It was one time, and British summertime and US daylight savings time are complicated. And even then, it's like an hour there. It's like 5 hours during daylight savings.
No, it's definitely now. Anyway, look at the camera. Hello, class of 2021. I'm Professor Stella Elias.
And I am the other Professor Elias.
You're supposed to say your name, Brom.
But it's what they call me. It's what you call me.
I'm Professor Stella Elias, and this is Professor Brom Elias, and we are honored to be the honorary graduation gown hooders for the amazing class of 2021. You have been extraordinary and resilient students during arguably the most challenging time in the history of legal education, and we are so proud of you for everything that you have accomplished, and we are so glad that you will be joining the legal profession.
And we're looking forward to you bringing your values to bear to change the ethics and norms of that profession where they need to be updated.
The bar will be better off with all of you as a part of it. Congratulations.
That was good. I still think we're like 5 hours early on this.
Definitely not.
No, that's probably why we've never been elected hooders before.
No, I've been a hooder before.
You have?
Yeah, once or twice.
Well, congrats.
Congratulations, everyone.
On to the next presenter.
So when they asked me to make a rap for the class of 2021, I thought about what this event is about, to celebrate the accomplishments of our peers in our class, and I just felt a rap wouldn't be appropriate. So instead,
I did it anyway. I was wondering what message I could say. I could just recollect and reminisce on my memories back up to orientation day. I was really new. I was so confused. Yeah, I'm still confused, but I'm grown. Shout out the class of 2021. The pandemic has still got it done. Like Pearson be posting my catch. And if you don't pause it, I'ma go fast. Depending on if I cause it, call me past graph. Making new deposits, student loan cash, but I feel that it's worth it. Let me go through the surface. Education in the good, but the service and the purpose. I'm a verse to the first wish. Everyone the best that I work with. Shout out my peers and my classmates. Even the gunners, you know who you are. Shout out to all my professors. Every missed cold call was prep for the ball. And I think about that JD, cooling me down like a damn AC. Late nights at the BLB. Now I feel like finals don't face me. Maybe. Now saying goodbye is a part of life. Now that's just a fact. But that kinda makes it just harder, right? It's holding me back. But man, I'm just grateful. We really done made it this far. Taking the bar, making a break in the odds. Shout out to Iowa Law.
Thank you, Rob and Vidhoff. The Iowa Law School Foundation has been an important part of my time at Iowa Law. It's a group of dedicated Iowa Law alumni and donors who provide funding and other support for the law school. We're grateful to the Iowa Law School Foundation for their support of these awards and our community. Tonight, I have the honor of presenting the Innovation, Business, and Law Excellence Awards. These awards recognize students who have contributed to the Innovation, Business, and Law Center's mission and have shown excellence in the areas of innovation and business law. It has been a true joy to teach and work with these very talented students over the last 3 years. This year's recipients are Lindsay Kriz, Imani Marshall Loving, Madison Murhammer Cologne, Dylan Wen. Congratulations, Lindsay, Imani, Madison, and Dylan. I am eager to see where your careers take you and will certainly be inviting you back into the classroom in the years to come. Coming up next are the Leadership Awards, the Social Justice Awards, the Pro Bono Service Awards, and remarks from Professor Todd Pettis.
Thanks, Professor Bohannon. I am so pleased to be here with you tonight. The senior banquet is my favorite celebration as your Dean of Students, and I'm thrilled to announce tonight's awards for leadership. Your class is a class of natural leaders, and I know the difficult decisions that Professor Allen and the Student Honors and Awards Committee faced. I am grateful to each of you for your guidance as we've charted new territory since March of 2020. The time has challenged all of us in different ways. You have all exhibited incredible leadership skills and tenacity, and it's my pleasure tonight to recognize a few of you. First, the Donald P. Lay Faculty Recognition Award is presented to a student who has made distinctive contributions to the College of Law community, educational programs, or co-curricular programs. This year's recipient is Peter Ron. Congratulations, Peter. The Iowa State Bar Association Prize is awarded to a student with the attitude, ability, and other qualities that indicate success as a future leader of the Iowa Bar. This year's recipient is Paul Esker. Congratulations, Paul. Finally, the ALI CLE Scholarship and Leadership Award recognizes a student who represents the combination of scholarship and leadership qualities required for membership in the American Law Institute. This year's recipient is Dana Waterman. Congratulations, Dana. And congratulations, class of 2021. I look forward to seeing many of you tomorrow at our hooding ceremony and virtual commencement. Now, please help me welcome Nada Barrett to present this evening's next awards.
Thank you, Dean Crane. Hello, class of 2021. It's been a privilege to work with all of you this past year. Thank you for inviting me to be part of this program. I have the honor of presenting 2 awards tonight. Before I do, I also want to recognize a university award that was presented in November. The University of Iowa's 2nd annual First Generation Award included Student Achievement Awards. Adam Lorenzana was recognized with that award. Congratulations, Adam. Now it's my great honor to present the Dean's Achievement Award. This award is given to a student who has exemplified, promoted, or contributed to cultural, racial, or ethnic diversity in the law school. The recipient of this year's Dean's Achievement Award is Imani Marshall Loving. I've had the pleasure of working with Imani on the DEI committee this past year, and I'm just so excited that she is being recognized for her hard work. Congratulations, Imani. Next, the National Association of Women Lawyer Award. This award recognizes contributions to the advancement of women in society and women in the legal profession and high academic achievement. I'm extra excited to announce that this year's recipient is Brooke Nowak. I've had the honor and privilege of working with Brooke this past year through her role as the media chair for the DEI committee. She has quietly done extraordinary work with the monthly DEI dispatch email, and I just don't know what I'm going to do without her next year. I can't say enough positive things about Brooke's character, work ethics, and commitment to everything she gets involved in. Congratulations, Brooke. Now, to present tonight's Human Rights and Social Justice Awards, please join me in welcoming Dean Adrienne Wing.
Thank you, Nada. Good evening, graduates. Congratulations to the class of 2021. As a 34-year member of the College of Law faculty, I am honored to announce tonight's Social Justice and Human Rights Awards. First, the Kane Love Award for Social Justice honors a Journal of Gender, Race, and Justice student writer who has demonstrated a commitment to social justice. This award is selected during your 2nd year and recognized at graduation. For the class of 2021, the recipient is Alexandra Brennan. Congratulations, Alexandra. The DJ Miller Award for Advancement of Human Rights recognizes outstanding contributions to the advancement of human rights in the law school community. This year's honoree is Peter Murray. Congratulations, Peter. The Eric D. Mathias Award for International Social Justice recognizes outstanding contributions or demonstrated commitment to attaining international social justice. This year's recipient is Erin Kinley. Congratulations, Erin. Finally, the Philip G. Hubbard Human Rights Award is given to the university by the university in recognition of outstanding contributions to human rights and to equal opportunity as described in the university's human rights policy. Every year, the college nominates 2 members of the graduating class. This year, the college nominated Astrid Tello Rodriguez and Kimberly Cullen. Congrats, Astrid and Kimberly. I'm very pleased to announce that Kimberly was selected as the university's recipient for the 2021 Philip G. Hubbard Human Rights Award. Congratulations, Kimberly. Now, please join me in welcoming my dear colleague from the UI Center for Human Rights, Associate Director, Brian Farrell. Dr. Farrell will be presenting tonight's service awards.
Good evening, graduates. It's my pleasure to announce the Boydies Boyd Service Awards. As you know, service to the public is a core value of our profession, and your class has exemplified this value throughout law school. I'm highly impressed by the dedication and the resilience of the class of 2021. As the pandemic unfolded, you stayed engaged, you navigated unexpected transitions, and you responded to calls to assist your community. Despite challenges and uncertainty, you collectively reported 4,475 hours of service during your time at Iowa Law. That is a tremendous accomplishment. Your law school is proud of you, and the public is grateful. The Boyd Service Award recognizes those law students who've completed and reported a minimum number of service hours as defined by the Pro Bono Constitution throughout their law school career. Recipients receive a seal on their diploma. There are 3 levels of distinction. Boyd Service Honors are awarded to students who have completed and reported at least 90 hours of service. High Honors are awarded to those who have achieved 135 hours, and highest honors are awarded to those who have achieved 180 hours. These amounts have been adjusted to 90% of the usual requirements in light of the ongoing pandemic. For each level, at least half of the minimum required hours must fit the definition of community hours. 10 members of the class of 2021 achieved the honors level by reporting 90 career service hours, at least 45 of which were community hours. They are Catherine Alphys, Ethan Chen, Paul Esker, Camille Khan, Tatiana Lowell Campbell, Eric Martin, Chandler Morris, Elizabeth Shaw, Emily Tassoni, and Kangling Yu. 4 graduates earned high honors by reporting 135 career service hours, at least 67.5 of which were community hours. They are Jessica Bose, CJ Chen, Jessica Maharaj, and Madison Weezy. Finally, 6 graduates earned highest honors. These students reported at least 180 career service hours, of which at least 90 were community service hours. They are Kayla Boyd, Erin Kinley, Anna Lynch, Stacy Murray, Dakota Wright, and Kwang Kyuk Yu. Please join me in congratulating our 2021 Boyd Service Award recipient. I'd like to again thank all of our graduates for the nearly 4,500 hours of service they collectively completed while at Iowa Law. Congratulations to all of our graduates and good luck. Coming up next is Professor Todd Pettis. But first, another look back at the class of 2021.
Class of 2021, you made it. It probably seems like about half a lifetime ago to you when you first walked through our doors as a nervous first-year student. Law school is a long and difficult road, even under the best of circumstances often, and you assuredly have not had the best of circumstances. And so you're owed especially heartfelt congratulations for doing all that you did to bring yourself so successfully to this very happy point in your life. I'll be brief. When Dean Washburn called and told me that I had the privilege of talking to you tonight, he emphasized brevity. He said, you know, it doesn't have to be longer than just a few minutes. And in fact, they're going to be grateful to you if it's not longer than just a few minutes. So I'm going to do my best. A few minutes always passes quickly when you're on the speaker end of the speaker-listener equation, but I'll be brief. I decided to record this on Zoom because that seemed appropriate. Zoom played such a role for in your legal educational career, nearly half of it. And so I thought I'd record on Zoom with a little headset that I've been using for teaching for that year plus, 13, 14 months, whatever it's been. And I also get to be the last professor in your life. I hope whoever says to you, let me share my screen. And so let me share my screen with you. And as I do, try not to fall off your chairs with excitement when you see my first slide. I'm not going to talk about issue, rule, application, conclusion, but I do want to use the acronym. But you remember this acronym when you got here. It probably, or some version of it, was pitched to you as the thing that was going to bring you academic joy and success beyond your wildest dreams. And God knows there's certainly a lot of publishers out there who were making that pitch to you, hoping to leverage some of your first year anxieties into cash. You may have encountered it in different forms, crack, CRAC, just doing the conclusion twice, I suppose, or CREAC, it's all basically the same. But I want to use IRAC because those four letters are going to suit my purposes just fine here. And what I want to do is repurpose those four letters, IRAC, for a few very quick parting words of advice. So here we go. First, intentions. Think about what your career intentions are from time to time, not just now, but going forward throughout your careers. And think about the relationship between what you're doing at that moment in time and where you ultimately want to go. Because as it turns out, life puts a lot of ladders in front of us, and we can get caught up in just conquering whatever the next rung is that's placed in front of us. And our short-term reward systems kick in and we think, oh, this feels pretty good, I'm going to keep doing it. And the risk is, if you don't ever step back and think long-term about whether you're headed in a direction that at the end of the day you'll be glad you went, then it really kind of comes down to chance about whether you're actually ultimately going to get there. Law firms, for example, law firm hires you, they put you in a particular specialty area that maybe you're not that interested in, but you're just grateful to have a job, so off you go. You do well, of course, because you're an Iowa law graduate, because you do well, they just keep feeding you more of the ladder, and then you wake up in 20 years finding yourself very deep in a particular specialty area that you may or may not regard as a life well lived. So think about what your intentions are, and again, whether the ladders that you're climbing are leading in a direction that long term you want to go. Number two, remember, what I have here in mind in particular are those of you who came or who come from backgrounds perhaps comparable to mine. Maybe you grew up in a community where high school for most people around you was the end of the formal educational road, or you grew up in a family where you're the first to go to college, or you're the first in your family to go to law school or to enter one of the traditional professions. Those are your people, and be proud of them. They helped instill in you some of the values that brought you to where you are today. And so there's a very real sense in which your successes, at least in part, are their successes. And so remember where you came from, be proud of where you came from, and be grateful where gratitude is due. Third, analysis. I thought the A stood for analysis. I didn't realize it stood for application. So basically the same thing, I think. But in any event, what I have in mind here is analysis. This kind of sounds the easiest, but it maybe is the hardest of all of these. And and particularly what I'm talking about is being the kind of person who truly thinks independently. You do your own thinking for yourself. And so people come to you wanting to hear what you have to say. And the reason that why they want to hear what you have to say or what you think about a given situation is they know they're going to get a fresh take rather than just a kind of a regurgitation of what's already floating in the air around you, seeing things in the same way as everyone else. In politics, for example, heaven knows we've got enough people who just believe whatever their party leaders tell them, both on the right and on the left. And so strive to do your own thinking and make your successes in that regard part of your reputation. Last, see that we've gone really fast here, haven't we? Last, contribute. And think in particular of your education. It all starts for most of us, our formal education, at least here on the left, or something that looks like this. You know, we start out on the colored mats, learning how to sit still and how to keep our hands to ourselves. I remember when my daughter came home talking about learning to sit crisscross applesauce spoons in the bowl, which is not only very cute when your child comes home and tells you, but sitting with your legs crossed, your hands in your lap. Okay, we start with those things off, and then we end up where you are now, just finishing your time in classrooms like those on the right, whether real or virtual, on Zoom, as the case may be. But how did you get here? How did you get from the left to the right? And I think when you think about it, you're going to realize that there are people in your life. It could be a parent or parents, it could be grandparents, it could be a sibling, it could be a friend, it could be a parent of a close friend, it could be a teacher, it could be a first grade teacher or a college professor. There are people in your life who have poured themselves into you. They have poured their time and their resources and their energy and their enthusiasm into you because they saw something in you that was worth the investment. And they went to bed sometimes exhausted from the effort, but doing good work. They contributed to you. So that's one form of contribution. Think about financial contributions. Again, how did you get here? At this point, where you're just on the brink of graduating from a great law school with a great degree, poised to enter a great profession if you are in fact going to go on and practice law. Financially, a lot of you got financial aid along the way, whether here or in your undergraduate careers. And even if you never did get a scholarship and always just paid full freight, that tuition was less than it would have been if there had not been donors to those institutions. Okay, so now that your formal schooling is over and you look back on all those contributions that you've been a beneficiary of, the question kind of is, what return is the world going to get for all of that investment in you? How are you going to pour your energy, your resources, financial and otherwise, your talents into the lives of others? Needless to say, I hope supporting the Iowa Law School shows up somewhere on your list of things that you'd like to support. But there's countless others. And so as you set out to develop your life's work, I really urge you to see contributions as being importantly placed somewhere at or near the center of those plans. So that's it. That was short and sweet, was it not? On behalf of all the teachers in your life who have ever had the privilege of encountering you in a classroom, whether it was on one of those colored mats in kindergarten or elementary school, junior high, high school, college, law school, on behalf of all those teachers, let me say, we are proud of you. It has been such a privilege to be able to invest in you and to spend time with you, to have you in our offices or our classrooms as the case may be. And we really look forward to seeing all the great work that you're going to go on to do. I look forward to seeing you at graduation, and I wish you all the best. Thanks very much.
As we close out this event, I just want to congratulate each and every one of you one more time. Congratulations and thank you. Thank you for all the contributions you've made to the College of Law over these last 3 years. We have one more event tomorrow, the commencement, and then we will say our goodbyes. We really want to say we will miss you, and we are so proud of each and every one of you. Congratulations.
Hi everyone, I'm Congresswoman Katie Porter. I represent California's 45th District, but I used to be a professor right here at Iowa Law. My biggest advice to you all is to follow your passion. I grew up in Iowa during the farm crisis, so I saw firsthand how that devastated our communities. Since then, I've dedicated my career to helping families. I've done that in different ways over the years, but the core mission of what I'm trying to do is the same. I hope you're all able to follow your passions wherever they may take you. Congratulations, class of 2021.
To the class of 2021, congratulations, best wishes. Come back and see us. We're very proud of you, and we're eager to hear how your careers are going.
Congratulations, class of 2021. You have brought incredible grace and humanity to our community in a time that really needed it. And it's going to be exciting to watch you bring those same qualities to our profession in the years to come. So good luck.
Okay, I think it's done. What do we do now?
All right, perfect. So now we just have to go to touch up your appearance.
No, I did that. This is what I look like touched up. This is as good as it gets.
Oh no. Not again. Congratulations, class of 2021. It's been incredible watching everything that you've achieved, despite all the challenges you faced. I can't wait to see what you'll accomplish in the future. I'm not really a cat.